Now in this video, I want to introduce you to the idea of static members in your classes. And the best way to understand these is just to see one happen. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing I need to do is build a class, and I'm going to include static members in that class. And so we're going to create a class, our cat class that we've been using all throughout the course here. And I'm going to go ahead and set the braces up so I don't forget them. And so let's start off with, first of all, everything I'm going to create in this class is going to be public. So I will put that in there. And what I'm going to do is just first of all create a function, and then we'll play with it a little bit and then come back and change it. So I'm going to create a function that returns an integer called add these, and then I will pass in two integers when this function is called. And all we're going to do, very complex here, we're going to try to spell return. That's complex enough for me. A plus B. So whatever you pass in to add these, it's going to add them together and then throw them back at you. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now, the way we've always done this in the past is, we would take a data type of cat, which is our class type up here, and then we would instantiate an object called C1, and then from C1 we would call add these, and then we would pass it say 5 and 6, and that would give us a result. Well, to see our result here, what we are going to do is put this in a output to the console. Alright, and so I'm just going to move this up here. And that should do it, right? So I have created a class called cat. I've put a function in there called add these. It returns an integer, and whatever I pass into it, the two numbers, just going to add them up, throw it back at me. And so when I run this right here, that's what I should see on my output. Alright, and I will build this, and you will notice that my project name is static example. I didn't show you that. Project name static example. You will see this out in your work files folder. And so now to run this, I just need to go to the location where it is, clear this out, and if I just type static example, and let me back up here before I do that. That was out there from a previous run through, but if we go out to our documents, I'm in Windows 7, and we go to Visual Studio 2010, and we go into projects. There you will find static example, right? And if I go in there, debug is where my executable file was actually built when I compiled. So I'll right click that, open window here, and call static example. Okay, notice the answer that it returned right here, it's kind of hard to see, is 11. And guess what that is? That is what happens when we add 5 and 6 together. Now that's no big deal, right? I've wasted 3 minutes to show you the same thing we've done, plenty of times before in the class. Well, let's take a look at a little different thing here. What if I put the word static in front of this, and it will start to change things? Now notice it didn't change anything down here, but what static means is I can access this directly through the class without first instantiating an object of that class. Let me show you what that means in English. I will take this away, and notice it says, oh, wait a minute, dude, what are you talking about? C1's undefined. You talking about a class? What are you talking about? Well, to access this now, I just type the name of the class, 2 colons, and notice it sees add these out here now. And so notice I can access add these and pass it some numbers. I'm going to give you some different numbers here so that we can tell that it's working. And so basically I'm getting to the add these function in the cat class without instantiating an object beforehand. Okay, so no object instantiations having to occur here by me to make this happen. So let's compile this, and then we will jump out, run static example, and you'll notice that it worked. Notice our result set right here is 20. Alright, and 8 plus 12, get out your calculator, that does equal 20. Okay, so what you're looking at there is a static member, a static function, and I can always get to it. Now you will see this all over the place in real world code because people put these out there and they want to be able to get to them, and they just want to be able to hit them and throw little things like this at them, do whatever they want to. But that is what a static function looks like. Okay, now in part 2 of this, I want to show you a static data member, and it does something kind of unique. So join me in part 2 and we'll go a little deeper with static members.